I think the subsidies have to be reviewed. And the second part is a lot of subsidies are not even reaching the intended beneficiaries. So we have to get a better distribution system. We also have to work on the revenue side. So I think GST itself will make a major difference. The direct tax code will make a difference. And you have only about 12% of people paying tax in this country. And I think we need better enforcement which would sort out the fiscal side. We've all recognized that semi-urban and rural India, where a large proportion of our population is based, needs major agriculture reforms in terms of supply chain, in terms of what are we going to do about the minimum support price? Does it reach everybody? What are we going to do about storage? I think I've written for your newspaper on the public distribution system. The article will be coming out. If you examine that, that's an archaic process. It starts from one side. There are 12 people who handle it, and then you distribute it 12 times. That's bound for pilferage. So you need administrative and fiscal reforms, which I think is also clear. We also lost something in terms of capital output ratio. A lot of the places investment has been made. There is no output. If we were getting output, and our capital output ratio, which used to be 4, is now 6. If it went back to 4, you would add another 0.75 to 1%. The beginning has been made, the Cabinet Committee on Investment, more coordination, and then you have center-state relations as to what is going to happen there. So most of the things are clear. I don't have any major expectations from the government other than providing me with a clear, transparent, accountable government which works well for the country.
And if we were to talk about just inflation, at the moment you've seen again it started acting little sticky, both CPI and WPI. So going forward, do you see that the interest rates, where they will continue to remain high at least in 2014? What is your outlook as far as the rates are concerned? And do you think that the macros of a country are a little more stable than what they were last year?
Okay, I'm going to try and repeat what the governor has said. They want transparent monetary policy, and I think he's been very transparent, that we must control inflation, and that is something that nobody can argue with. So at this point of time, inflation continues to be sticky, and we've had various reasons attributed to it, but we've been attributing reasons for the last 4 years, and we better get our act together and get inflation under control. What has happened just now could be temporary because of food, etc., and at least I hope so, and not core. But I don't see inflation coming down in a big hurry. Some of the food inflation will come down. And till inflation comes down, I don't see interest rates coming down. But I also believe then very strongly on this, that interest rates is not the cause of your lack of investment. There are other reasons which far exceed this. And so even at this current rate, if we solve the other problems, investments will come.
All right. And if you were to talk about just 2 biggest challenges that the new government will have as soon as they come to power, what would those be in your view?
That's trying to capsule it too much. I think if they just work efficiently and provide the bureaucracy with clear mandates, and we don't have finger pointing, etc., and we are working on the goals that I already outlined, you'd probably have to work on all of them together. But I think it's very doable. I've just been on road shows both in Europe and South Asia. Most of them are more confident about India than we are out here. And they're not looking for immediate solutions. They're looking at the process being put in place. And if you see the process in place, you will see the amount of money that is coming into the country. And we should be on our way to recovery. But do not expect magic. This is not going to happen tomorrow. So if you do between 5.2 and 5.5 this year and 6 next year, and then depending upon how well we've executed, we might finally reach our 7.5%.
And lastly, as far as the investors are concerned, they're pretty concerned about the foreign shareholding not coming from the FIPB for HDFC Bank. So do you think that it's just an exaggerated concern, and why is the not taking so long to come through?
Now, this is a tough one, because I think they're required to meet. I don't know why it's taking so long. Our contention is very simple. HDFC already had the shareholding in HDFC Bank before the deemed company law came into being. We have opinions from 2 Supreme Court judges, one of whom has been the Chief Justice, that says that it should be grandfathered, which is what it was being done till now. So in our opinion, we are as confused as you, and we hope the right decision comes about.
All right. And lastly, as far as overseas funding is concerned, are you looking anything on the equity or the bond side going forward?
Not at the moment. We are very adequately capitalized. We are largely a rupee-based bank. So in the immediate term, no. Okay. But then depends on circumstances.